Alright, so we've taken some time to create a nice image to work with, and we've rendered out a bunch of layers. This image had 3 lights, actually 4 lights, and I kicked out I had everything checked basically, so I have a light for every separated it into its specular and diffuse components, and I've taken them into Photoshop and just uh, brought them into a single image. And so if you look at these, I've set the mode to screen for all of these. And I've turned off ambient and this fourth spec only light for now. But now, since they're an additive, you can kind of see the additive effect of light in Photoshop. And so the great thing about this is that I can then go in and look at my bounce light and see what it does. And one cool thing I can do here is I'm using Photoshop CS3 right now to demonstrate smart layers a little bit, what you can do. But with Photoshop 7 or whatever, you can do some cool things just tweaking the color. So I'm gonna, if I want my bounce to be warmer, so you can see I can play with this and interactively see the effect of that adjustment will be on the final image. So I can play with this and interactively see what the color does rather than going through and re-rendering every time. So I'm gonna go like that, and opacity will have the effect of being intensity in this kind of situation. So then I can dial in the intensity, how it looks good. And then I can do that separately to the specular and diffuse components. And I can take the time to copy those from one to another as well if I want to. But I'm just going to kind of go through this. So this is another light, and I can see what that's doing exactly. And a cool benefit of doing it this way is that you also get the benefit of being able to easily kill things that you don't like. So I can create a mask on this light and paint out that light right there and just mask it out. So you'll see what that does. And since the lights are separate and it's additive, it's easy to do this. And so in a similar way, I've kicked out this spec only light, but I really only wanted it to give some kick in the eyes. You'll see. So what I can do there is, I can lasso select the eyes and mask that out. And now that spec only light is only getting the eyes. But if I wanted it to affect other areas, I can easily paint that in what it would do. So I can paint in the specular where I want it. And again, that's the real advantage of doing this in post. And I kicked out this ambient layer, and ambient to me is usually really pretty useless, but in this kind of situation it's cool because I can create a mask and I'll just invert that mask. But then if there's dark areas that I don't like, I can paint back in the color. So I can just paint back in. This brush isn't ideal for this, but you get the idea that you can paint in detail where you've lost it rather than the default glowy ambient image. It's a good way of faking subsurface effects too, just painting in the color where you want it along a core shadow or something like that. So let's just stop there for now.